To my channel of Fairy Tale Mind in the Real World. My name is Rena, and today I'm going to be telling you about my TBR for the Reading Rush 2019. Now, this used to be a booktubeathon, but they decided to change it, give a little bit of an update because they want to include, more than just booktube. They want it to be everyone. They didn't want anyone to feel like they needed to be left out because they didn't make, booktube videos. So I'm here with my TBR, and I'm really excited about this because I know that Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, Haley from Haley in Bookland, and Zoe in Read by Zoe have all done this before, and it looked like a lot of fun, and I enjoy challenging myself. So I think it's a good fun way to read books. And the nice thing about these challenges is that more than one book can one book can fulfill more than one challenge. So if you aren't up to reading 7 books in a week, because they did, say that they had some issues with that last year. There's Pippi. She won't shut. Hi, Pippi. Yes, we know you're a nuisance. All the doors are open, and she's still meowing. I don't understand. But she just likes to be a nuisance. Huh, Pippi? I know. Anyways, so this is my TBR. I will be going off of, I wrote down a list of everything because I just need to know what I'm going to do, and I figured it'd be better just to get it down now. I'm not sure if things will change depending on, it's July 22nd to the 28th, so it's going to be in a few weeks, so there might be, it's not a huge list, it's only 7 books, so I don't see a reason for it to change. I'm planning on doing an Owls readathon so I can get ready for the Newts readathon that's in August as well. So that, my TBR isn't completely set yet, but I'll talk about that in a later video. So first things first on my list here, the first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover. And for that challenge, I have chosen Forestborn by Shannon Hale, and this is one of my favorite books. It is the 4th and last book in a series that started with the retelling of The Goose Girl, which is just an amazing retelling. Shannon Hale totally took this and made her own world out of it and rocked it, and I think it's amazing. Every single book is, it's a continuous series, so it just follows the story. You have all the same characters, and you see them again and again, and how they grow and what happens to them. So it's awesome. I love it. And you should totally check it out if you have not read it already. And then I have for my second book, read a book in the same spot. So they did specify in their video that this could be something that is done in sections. So you can read a few chapters, then get up and go do a few things and then come back, but you just have to be staying in the same spot. So if you have a particular chair, if you're going to hang out in your bed, just it has to be the same spot the whole time the book is being read. And I did pick a little bit of an easy one, but I picked Tokyo Mew Mew by Mia Ikumi and Reiko Yoshida. It's one of my favorite manga series. It's so cute. I actually might end up reading the whole series, not just the first one. I own them all. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the little hole there where I took this one from. But I own Tokyo Mew Mew and Tokyo Mew Mew a la mode. I love it all, and I'm not ashamed of it. So yeah, that's my plan for the read a book in one spot. I'm throwing books apparently now. Whoops. Sorry, kittens. The kittens are on the bed here. Let me see if they'll. Hi, Peony. Hi, Lily. Yes, Pippi, you already were on camera. Don't be greedy. Okay, so the third challenge is to read a book you meant to read last year, and I have chosen Bitter Blue by Kristen Kishore. I have a friend who we send books to each other every month, just one book a month. We send one to each other of one that we really liked and we think that they need. So my bookshelf has grown quite a bit that way. Not to mention we give each other books on our birthdays, and we don't do it for our birthday months and then for December because we're definitely giving each other gifts, so there's, yeah. But so she got that one for me last year. I don't remember which month, I'm sorry, but I definitely am intrigued by it. The cover is gorgeous with those 3 keys, and it sounds like an interesting story. So I'm going to be reading that book, and it's kind of thick. I think it's the thickest book and I haven't read it before, so that's probably going to take me a bit longer. I can read books that I've read before a little quicker, obviously, because I kind of know what's going on and I know what's going to happen, so I don't have to worry about, trying to figure it out in my head. So we're moving on to the fourth challenge, and that is to read an author's first book. Now that's the only book I actually don't have here. I will try to put it over here. I figured out how to put stuff in my video, so I'll try to put a picture over here. But I'm going to be reading The Siren by Kiera Cass. I've been wanting to read that for a long time, and I didn't buy it because although I really liked the selection series that she did, I wasn't sure if I'd like the first book because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. So that's one that I'm going to check out from the library. I've seen my library has it, so I'm just going to read that one because I've been wanting to for a long time, and I love mermaids and anything associated with mermaids, so I'm hoping it'll be a good read. So that's my plan for the fourth challenge. The fifth challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character. So for this one, I chose Aquamarine by Alice Hoffman, and it's a book about a mermaid who, I've seen the movie, but I have never actually read the book. So from what I know of the book, there are two girls who are best friends, and one of them has to move, and they end up finding a mermaid in one of their pools after a storm, because she wants to find love, at least in the movie. Keep in mind, I'm talking about the movie. And then she lets them know that if you help a mermaid, you get granted a wish. So they're like, okay, we'll help her, and then maybe, we can wish that, the girl who doesn't want to move, she can wish that she doesn't have to move. But a lot of stuff goes on, a lot of craziness happens. So they do help her, but in the end they decide not to use the wish for that. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here. I kind of was just thumbing through and peeked a little bit, and I noticed that she didn't end up having legs, whereas in the movie they gave her legs, which I can understand why. But so this will be interesting to see how this one turns out, because it already sounds a lot more different from the movie. So the next one will be pick a book with 5 or more words in the title. And this is a book that I picked up without reading first at a bookstore, Powell's bookstore in Portland, Oregon. It's like one of my favorite places to go to when I can. They have about 5 locations, but they're all in the Portland area. So, but you can order online a lot, so I make use of that. But this is the book, The Magic and the Healing by Nick Donahue. It sounded really interesting, and it was pretty cheap. It's about a girl who's in the last year of vet school, and her mom committed suicide about a year ago. So she's not doing well in school. Her grades are getting lower. She's not sure if she can finish, and she isn't even sure if she's in the right profession. And then one of her teachers takes her to basically start healing these mythical creatures, and she gets, revitalized. So that sounded like a really fun story, and it's been on my TBR shelf, which is like down at the bottom of my bookshelf behind me. It's like I never see it, so it's a great place to put your TBR books, Rena. Good job. But that is something that I want to read, so I'm actually going to read it. So exciting. And then the last one on this list here is number 7 is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation. So sorry, this is actually the book that fell on the floor, so okay. But I chose Beastly by Alex Flynn. I actually rather enjoyed the book. I thought it was a pretty interesting modern adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. I was rather disappointed with the movie. I have seen it before. I was like, they didn't even follow the instructions. I mean, how hard is it to find someone with red hair for the heroine? Like, Libby is supposed to be red hair, and no offense to the Olsen girl, I forgot it was Mary Kate or Ashley, who, he's supposed to see her in an undesirable light, and she was definitely not, the larger girl that was portrayed in the book at all. I'm just that's not how I pictured her to be. So I don't know, I guess I was just disappointed with the casting a little bit, and the Beast transformation. I'm sorry, but you just take his hair, slap on some silver stuff on his face, that is not, he turned into a legit full-on hairy monster in the book. And I know there's only so much you can do, but, they CGI'd the Beast with, they did the whole costume thing for the Beast in the one with Emma Watson, and I don't know why they couldn't have done something like that here, because it was just kind of ridiculous. But I mean, honestly, he wasn't scary looking. Like, part of the thing about being a beast is that he was terrifying. You know, that's why some people were so scared of him. And he didn't look scary. He just looked weird, you know? So I just thought that was frustrating. But I'm going to watch it anyways. I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe I'll enjoy it more this time. I don't know. Like, I like Vanessa Ann Hudgens, and everything. Like, I like the actors and actresses themselves. I just don't think it was very accurate casting, and that makes me sad. So yeah, but there is an extra challenge to read 7 books. Like I said earlier, you can have one book fulfill multiple requirements. For example, you could read a book with a purple cover, you know, what, in the same spot, you know, so that could fulfill 2, or something along those lines. But I decided that I wanted to do 7 books, which of course is part of the reason why I did a few that are a little shorter, ones that I've read before, and that way they'll be a little bit easier for me to do. I also have that my apparently I lost memory, or didn't have a memory on my phone or something, so I deleted a bunch of videos and emptied out my trash, so hopefully this won't cut. But as I was saying, I have an audiobook of Forestborn, so I will probably listen to that on my way to and from work. That's something I like to do, and then I'll also listen to it as I cook dinner and everything, or do chores that it would be too distracting for me to watch a movie with. I mean, I have a lot of movies that I like to watch because I've seen them so many times, so I'm more listening to them than watching them. But then if there's a part I like, then I'll just, like, you know, stop and, like, watch it real quick and then go back to what I was doing. So anyways, so I'm hoping to do all 7 books. We'll see if that actually happens. Like I said, I did pick a couple of easy ones, and there's a couple that I've already read, and then of course there's the whole movie one, but I can usually fit a movie in, especially on the weekends, or you know, at night. Like I said, if I've seen it before, I'll just put it on while I'm making stuff, and then, you know, I'm watching it even if I'm not completely focused on it the whole time. So that's my TBR for the reading rush. Yeah, I hope you guys are going to participate and that you'll follow me. I'm going to try to do reading vlogs for that. I've never done this before, but I've seen other people kind of put them together, so I'm going to try that out, see how that works. I'm not very good at editing yet. Like, I just figured out how to put, you know, like, a picture in, so I'm not sure about, you know, doing the whole, like, fast forward thing, but I'll try to do that. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. And yeah, I will link my Reading Rush profile down below. I also made an Instagram and a Goodreads, and I'm going to make TBRs for the reading list for all the stuff that I'm doing. So yeah, feel free to like and comment, and then I will, and subscribe if you like my channel and like what I'm doing. And please feel free to leave any recommendations down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you'd like to see me review next, or if you have any, like, book tags or anything you want me to do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an absolutely lovely day, and keep reading your fairy tales. Bye.